I didn't grow up afraid of the dark, but I never imagined the silence after midnight could be this loud. It began when I agreed to watch my aunt's house for the week. She lived deep in the Oregon woods, miles from the nearest neighbor. The kind of place where your phone becomes useless the moment you turn off the highway. The house itself looked ordinary, weathered siding, chipped paint, the porch light flickering whenever the wind passed through the trees. Inside, it smelled like old paper and cedar. There were no strange stains, no creepy dolls, no trap doors, just solitude. And that first night, peace. Until 12:03, that's when I heard the sound, a soft breath against the window. Not wind, I know what wind sounds like. This was something else, almost deliberate, a whisper. I sat up in bed, heart pounding, ears straining to confirm what I thought I heard. Nothing. Silence. But just as I started to lie back down, it came again. Closer. Emily. That's my name. No one else was supposed to be here. I checked every lock, bolted the front door, looked under the bed, behind the shower curtain. Nothing. Just a shadow by the tree line. The next evening, the voice returned. Not outside this time. Inside the walls. Barely audible, like it was speaking through layers of cotton. I pressed my ear to the drywall. Still awake? I didn't sleep. Not that night. Not the next. By the third day, I was running on caffeine and denial. Even the birds seemed to avoid the trees behind the house. I noticed claw marks near the back door. They weren't there before. I called my aunt. Tried to sound calm. Asked if she'd ever noticed sounds. Her answer was hesitant. You shouldn't have stayed past the second night. What did that mean? She exhaled heavily, then said, It's always the third. That's when they start trying to talk. Who? I asked. But she had already hung up. I started digging through old drawers, cabinets, the attic. Found a box of yellowed papers. Newspaper clippings, handwritten letters, patient records. One article stood out. Local psychiatric facility shut down after disappearances. Sartiset. It mentioned secret tunnels under the forest, escapees never found. Rumors claimed they returned, but not as themselves. I stared at the dusty floorboards beneath my feet. Swore I heard movement beneath them. That night the voice didn't whisper. It spoke. Clear, sharp, inside my skull. Don't leave. I covered my ears. Still heard it. I screamed. No one heard me. The lights flickered, then failed. Darkness swallowed everything except the orange glow seeping from the hallway. I stepped out. The hallway stretched longer than it had hours earlier. Walls warped. Doors I didn't recognize appeared. One at the end stood slightly open, creaking as if breathing. I moved toward it, not by choice, but as if being pulled. Inside was the room I'd been sleeping in. But the bed was empty, blankets undisturbed.